Today we will be going through more power rule examples and we'll go into depth into the formulas that you need to know for the power rules. Now, for the first question, we have f of x is 5 and we need to find the derivative of it. And we need to remember the derivative of any constant, c being any constant, is always 0. So our answer here, the derivative of this function here will be 0. Moving on to the second one. Whenever we have derivative of a constant with an x, the final value will be the constant itself. As we said, the rule for the derivative of x power n will be n x n minus 1. That's the power rule. Whenever we derive cx, we'll have c x power 1, which means we'll have 1 multiplied by c x 1 minus 1, which means 1 times c is c, x to the power of 1 minus 1, which is 0, and x to the power of 0 will be 1. That's why you will be left with c, which means in our solution here, f prime of x, the derivative of 12x will be 12 directly, and the derivative of negative 4, as we mentioned above, will be 0. Now, in the third question here, we have 9x squared. As we said, the derivative of cx power n will become c multiplied by the power x n minus 1. So in that case, we'll have 9, the derivative of it will be 9 multiplied by the power x to the power of 2 minus 1 plus 5x, we did it here, where we'll have 5 by itself, and plus 2, it is a constant, so it will be 0. Anything that does not have an x next to it will become 0. So here our final answer is 9 times 2, which is 18, x power 2 minus 1, which is 1, x plus 5. This is our final answer. Now, for the fourth one, sorry. This one we know how to do it, and this one we know how to do it. How about this one? We need to know a rule which tells us radical a power m to the root of n will become a power m over n. So for example, let's say I had x squared under a cubic root, and the final answer will be x 2 over 3. And the derivative is the same, like we used to do here. So let's solve this one. Derivative of 8x5 will be 8 times 5 x power 5 minus 1. So let's start by first fixing the radical here into a power like that one. So we'll have 8x5 plus 3. The power of x inside is 1 and the radical is always 2. We'll have 3x power half minus 6x squared. And now we do the derivative using the power rule. So f prime of x will be 8 multiplied by 5 x to the 5 minus 1 plus 3 multiplied by half x half minus 1 minus 6 multiplied by 2 x power 2 minus 1. So we'll have f prime of x is 8 times 5, which is 40 x power 4 plus 3 over 2 x to the power of negative half minus 12x. Now we can fix our function a bit more, where we can take the power negative power, we can take it into the denominator. By the rule of a to the negative m can become 1 over a m. So it will become 40x4 plus 3 over 2 x half minus 12x. And of course you can turn the x half into a radical x, where we'll have our final answer as 40x4 plus 3 over 2 radical x minus 12x. This is our final answer. Now, in the second question, we have something similar, but we have a power here and a power here. So as we said, if we had a m n, it will become a m over n. So by fixing it, we'll have f of x is 2x cubed plus 4x. What's the power above the x is 2 over 3 minus 4x plus ln of 5. And now we can derive. The first thing you want to notice is that ln 5 does not have an x. So this will go to 0. It is a constant. And now we can use the power rule to solve the other ones. Where we have 2 multiplied by 3, which is 6, x power 2, plus 4 multiplied by 2 over 3, x power 2 over 3 minus 1, minus 4. And now 4 multiplied by 2 over 3 is 8 over 3, x to the power of negative 1 over 3 minus 4. As we did here, we can do the same for the negative 1 over 3, where we take it to the denominator. We will have 8 over 3 x1 over 3 minus 4. And also, we can take it from this to this with a radical. So we'll have 6x squared plus 8 over 3, and we put a radical. The power of the radical will be whatever number we have in the denominator, which is 3. And we'll have 1 inside, minus 4. This is our final answer for the question that we solved. Now, what if we didn't have a radical? What if we had something in the denominator? So, whenever we have 1 over am, as we mentioned, it can become a to the negative m. So our function here will take the x cubed, the numerator, by making the power negative. And now we can work with it. As we can see, e squared does not have an x next to it, which means it is a constant, which will take it straight to this 0. And now we can derive this normally. So 3 times 4 is 12, x to the power of 4 minus 1, which is 3. And now plus 2 multiplied by negative 3, x power minus 3 minus 1, which will give us 12x cubed minus 6x to the negative 4. Now, since we have a negative power, we can take it to the denominator and make the power positive, which will keep us with 12x cubed minus 6 over x4, and that is our final answer. Now, let's do this one, which has everything approximately we did so far. As we said, the derivative of a constant c is 0. Derivative of a constant multiplied by x is a constant itself. Derivative of a constant times xn will become constant multiplied by the power x to the n minus 1. And we said that radical a mn will give us a m over n, and 1 over am is a to the negative m. These are all the rules that we'll be using here. Now, first things first, let's fix our equation. Since we have a radical and something in the denominator, let's take all x's to the numerator and make them all normal powers. So we'll have f of x is 3x power 6 minus radical, as we said, is power half. So we'll have 2x half plus 4. Since we're taking the x power 5 to the numerator, it will become x to the negative 5 plus e power 5 minus 4x. As we can see, e power 5 does not have an x, which means it is a constant, which will take it automatically to 0. So now f prime of x will be 3 times 6, which is 18, x power 6 minus 1, which is 5, minus 2 into half, x half minus 1, plus 4 into negative 5, x negative 5 minus 1, and negative 4x will become negative 4. So we'll have 18x5, negative 2 times half is negative 1, x power half minus 1 is negative half, plus 4 times negative 5 is negative 20, x to the negative 6 minus 4. Now we have negative powers, so we need to take them down by using the formula that we have here. We'll have f prime of x is 18x5 minus 1 over x power half, so that we can make the powers positive, minus 20 over x6 minus 4. We can change the x power half into a radical like we did here. So our final answer will be f prime of x is 18x5 minus 1 over radical x minus 20 over x6 minus 4.